welcome back to my channel. My name is Tia, aka Teacup Simmer, and this is another part of our niche series. And we are back in our Lazuli Tribe with our beautiful creatures running away into the wilderness as we expand our tribe and kind of explore our giant archipelago. Currently, in our last episode, it looked like our beautiful Thorn, our very prickly homebody turned adventurous, had a baby named Varuk, who we haven't named yet. And this baby had purple eyes, which is extremely different than any creature we've ever had on the island. Everyone's either had black eyes, brown eyes, or our beautiful blue eyes that we're saying are creatures that are touched by our ocean goddess of adventure, Lapis, who are going off and exploring new islands and kind of colonizing the islands of the territory. But Thorn ended up having a baby with Kai, who had purple eyes. And I think, based on everything that you guys have been saying in the comments and kind of my own idea, is that I think we're going to name this guy Tanzanite. And I would think we're going to name him that because Tanzanite is also a beautiful gemstone. I think I spelled it right. Tanzanite. I don't know. I probably spelled it wrong. Tanzanite. Okay, so I messed up the spelling just a tad. So it's Tanzanite, and we're just going to call him Tan. But Tanzanite, like I said, is a purplish blue, or at least it can be blue or purple version of a gemstone. And it's really pretty. And so I thought that Tanzanite would be a really great name for him, just because I really wanted his name to be something about his eyes. But I didn't think Amethyst would be his name. So I think Amethyst is going to be his patron goddess. I don't think he's going to know this now, but I think the tribe is going to kind of realize this now that once he opens his eyes and recognize that he's a very different baby than the ones that they've had to deal with in the past. And so Tanzanite, it's patron goddess, is going to be Amethyst. And Amethyst, if you guys have seen Steven Universe, and this is slightly inspired by Steven Universe gems, or at least the ideas that they put behind the gems in the series, Amethyst is a big fighter. Technically, she's a quartz gem, and quartz gems are considered warrior gems. And I think it would be amazing if Tanzanite's patron goddess was Amethyst, and he focused a lot on strength. And I recognized when I was checking our mutation menu that we got Claw. And so this is going to definitely add some fishing into our tribe and some strength, because we don't really have too many creatures that have much strength at all, except for some of our creatures like Storm and Jasper and Zephyr, who have those ram horns, and that just kind of happened to show up thanks to their father, Topaz. But I really think that Tan is going to be kind of obsessed with hunting the bunnies in the area and becoming stronger and stronger so that he can hunt more and more dangerous prey, especially because he probably would have grown up in this small little nesting area with the ideas of the carnivores that seem to be lurking in the grass, because they've had one carnivore attack here. I think they had another carnivore attack at a different time. So I think it's a very scary idea that the creatures would have told their little baby nichelings about, and I think he would have been completely taken with it and been like, oh my gosh, we need to make sure we protect ourselves and we protect our tribe. And so he's gonna probably be our strength creature, and I think it would be really cool because of his like steel type looking horns. I'm in love with this idea. Anyway, and then we have Coral and Reed over here, who Reed's getting older actually, and they had beautiful bright red babies that I absolutely love. And someone did ask if Coral could have a baby named Carol, which I'm totally fine with. We just need to wait and see if she has a girl, because I don't think we want to name these guys anything like Carol. I feel like they earned a different type of name. I don't think I have any. I do have some reddish gems. So we can name one Ruby, and I think we're going to name this one Ruby. And then we're going to name this guy, Kirtuk, even though he is touched by lapis, so I don't think we can add, I don't think we should name him something that's another gem name. I think we should name him, what are we gonna name him? Need something that means something interesting. Let's go with, I think Sark. It's Saqr, and it means falcon according to our list. And so Sark and Ruby are actually, and I think falcon would work definitely for him, just because I think he's also going to follow in the footsteps of his cousins and continue on traveling. Maybe he'll be one of our creatures that has babies with, like, maybe he can have babies with Storm. No, he can't have babies with Storm, darn it. Where our genes are getting a little bit thinned out, we need to make sure we definitely make sure that we have some people having some babies that have those I immunity. And I think, who was the other creature that had the H immunity? Rota. So no, he is F. He is F immunity. And we have E over here. So Asphor has E. Tide has E. So we definitely need to make sure we start having some babies with these guys so that we can keep our genes, because these guys are going to start having just a basic set of genes, like the CBAD set of genes, which are fine, but we need to make sure that we kind of mitigate that as much as possible. But let's start. I know there was a lot of talking. Everybody needs to get working on food. And let's see, we have Wave over here. Wave has C and I. Maybe he can have a mate too. He's C and I, AC, AC. We don't have too many girls. That's our issue. Storm has A and G. So maybe Storm could start having a baby or two. Rami has B and I. Rami and Messy? Maybe. Yeah, maybe they could have some babies. It might be something that would be necessary, considering that Coral, let's have her come over here and go back over here. We don't want her to have a nest. I don't want her to nest too early. And then come, Ime is also going to pass away, but she's going to pass away next to a berry bush, which is super fitting. Ime is one of our older creatures. And let's see, Messy, I don't know. I feel like everybody's leaving you behind, my love. But she also has fairly low fertility. Rota, A and F, A and C. He has been he's been going on a quest to find out about his mother. And because all of the creatures that are on this island are technically his mother's sons and daughters and things like that, I think he would be a little bit more inclined to stay here. Let's see, can we get Storm? Storm's gonna help out. So is Zephyr. They're just gonna do some bunny hunting to help with food. Kai is going to clear the area around the nest because they want to make sure that we don't have any more issues when it comes to creatures sneaking up on the babies, because they had that problem when they first got here. And I think Asphor is going to go this way and start digging up roots. He's just old enough to go. And I think Messy's going to feel a little bit landlocked. She spent way too much time picking up berries while she was waiting to go across, and I think she would have kind of lost her chance to cross, because everybody left, which means there isn't anyone to light up the path, so she would definitely lose a little bit of health going that way. And I think she would, even though she has that adventurous spirit that we're saying is a staple of our Lazuli tribe, I definitely think she would have explored to the edge of the island and recognized that it's probably not worth it and probably turned away, but it might come back for her later when she gets older. Maybe she'll be one of those creatures that ends up reminding the tribe on this island, once Coral has some more babies, about the different things that they, what's it called? Ooh, about like the ideas of the ocean goddess Lapis and things like that. But I think this is where we're gonna change the day. I think we named all the babies. Oh, another baby, another boy. We have so many boys. Good gosh. Oh, another purple-eyed boy, Rotaku. You look great. Oh, he gets a red name now, but he's another one of our creatures who's going to end up being very very strength focused. I'm actually kind of happy about that. He has runner's leg and velvet paw. And let's see, we're gonna name him, I want to name him like a red name because I don't want to name him an amethyst slash purplish type name. Let me think. We also have a lot of names, so feel free to give me names in the what's it called? In the comments. Oh my gosh, I'm losing every word today. You have no idea. I'm gonna name him Garnet because the purple plus the red would definitely make it I'm thinking like a deeper purplish red, which is definitely a garnet. So we have Garnet, we have Tan, we have Larima, who is beautiful, Beryl, who is super great. I like him a lot. He's going to be here helping his mother. Thorn is going to have another baby. She's on her last day, and I think she would have felt like she was able to achieve a lot now that she was able to get across to a new island, explore a little bit before she passed away. She knows she's leaving the world before her time, but I think it would be more interesting for her to be able to say her last adventure was having children, I'd say. So Rami, you have B and I. Who were we going to pair you up with? We were going to pair you up with Messy. So Messy is going to come over here and hang out with you, and he's just going to present her a few berries and kind of try and show off by trying to like pick up some of the roots maybe. We have our beautiful Willow over here who doesn't have a mate either. I don't know if we're going to find her a mate. C and A. Oh yeah, and Ime died. Oh, that's so sad. Lila is doing fine. Ripple, who is still just as gorgeous as ever. We definitely need to make sure some of these boys grow up fairly quickly. So we have C and B. Lila, C, and A. Yeah, we're gonna definitely need to get some more genes up in this piece. Don't I didn't say that. That sounded super horrible. Oh my god. I am super embarrassed by saying that. Maybe Rota. He found a nest. I'm trying to think about what would Rota want to do because of like all of the things he's learned from his siblings by traveling with them, by learning about their mother, how weird she was, how she never seemed to want to stay still, hence why he was born, because their mother decided that she wanted to have children with this random rogue, and whose name was I think it was Rotaku was his father's name. So we're gonna have Ask4 pick up this stuff. We're gonna have Larima come down here to pick up berries. These guys are doing well. I think they're gonna clear out this area, find all of the food sources, and then I think Zephyr and I don't know about Rota, but Storm and Ask4 and Jasper maybe. I don't know about Jasper. I like Jasper a lot. I kind of want him to come back. Yeah, I kind of want him to come back to the tribe. What was that sound? Is it just me? Did you hear that sound too? I heard that sound. It just sounded weird. But I think Jasper might come back. It's not concrete. I'm still playing around with it in my head, but I feel like he doesn't have, I don't know, because he's still just as, he's still definitely one of Winona's babies. So he still has just as much adventure in him as either of them. And then, of course, there's Tide, who's beautiful. Tide has D and E. We want to make sure that all of our babies still have those, but we want to make sure our genes stay together. So maybe one of them is going to decide to go back to the first island once they get all the way over, once they finish exploring the original island or finish exploring this island. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. No. No. Goodbye, Thorn. You had some beautiful children. Rarasi, a final baby that, instead of having purple eyes, has blue eyes. A baby that I think is definitely just like her father in his need to explore. So all of these little ones are going to jump out of the nest. Larima, I think, is going to spend her time near the water. She's going to get very interested in jumping into the water, being interested in the waves. I think Larima is going to have some fun with that. Pretty sure there has to be some bunny over here somewhere. I feel like there is. We're going to send Tanzanite over here because I think he would smell the mole and be like, I want to see if I can hit it, and try and play a little bit of whack-a-mole. And then we have Beryl over here, who's just a sweet little guy. He likes the nuts, he likes berries, he likes spending time with his family. He's a very simple creature. So I think we're gonna leave Asked For to look after the babies for a moment. And I think he would be fine with that. And then we're going to get Jasper to keep clearing all this out. We have definitely enough food for how many creatures we have in this territory. We have, what, 20 creatures, 23 creatures, and definitely enough food for all of them. We have 100 food. So it would take a good 5 days to, like, get for everyone to pass away from not being able to get food. So if we couldn't get any food, that's probably what would happen. But there's a bunny. Ruby, get it. And I think Sakar, Sacker. I think Sakar. Sakar is a good one. Ooh, he's so cute. Dukvan has A and D, good fertility. He looks so nice. I like him. So we're going to get Coral to come over here, pick up a berry. We're going to get Reed to come over here. And Coral's going to, yeah, she should have done that. I should have done that slightly different. But there we go. And then, let's see, we have Messy and Brahmi, who can start having babies. And I think we'll send them back over where Willow is. So we'll send them back over here so that they can kind of take over the original family nesting grounds. And I think they would just come back and see their family, see the parts of the tribe that have been staying out here all on their lonesome with all of this food around them. And I think they'd be a little bit surprised, but definitely happy surprised, because they have their own space now. They don't really want to take over the current queen's space. Coral has basically the top of the island has taken over that area. So I think Messy and them would be very much like okay to have their own little family over on this corner. So Messy, we have to get rid of your eyes and that crippled paw. So let's go with eyes, and I think let's do nimble fingers. And then Rami, eyes. He still has gills in there and he has water body, so I'm kind of half hoping that that'll show up. So we're going to do eyes, and I don't think we have anything that's water-based right now. What do I want? I think, yeah, I don't want to mess with anything with that. I think having another nimble finger is fine. So we're going to have them try and mate together. Come on, you can do it. No, it's not working. Why isn't the mating working? Is this a problem? So she is 3, he is 2, so they should be able to have a baby. Ugh, frustrating. Thank you, Willow, for working on food. Willow is just dutifully sitting next to her tree, very aware that everyone is busy trying to have babies, and she's just sitting there all on her own. And I think the Storm and her brothers are going to start getting restless and are going to start jumping to another island. Storm has A and G, D and E. So Storm and Zephyr could have babies. And even though it's weird, we know that we recognize this. Even though it's weird, they could start having babies maybe on this island because she's getting older. But Storm has always been the push forward into the unknown type of creature. So her and her brother would definitely want to have more adventures together, but they'd recognize that they're getting older. So let's see. We have our beautiful babies. Oh, they're so cute. And Zephyr would break these down. Larima would be sitting here enchanted by the water. Ooh, we didn't even name the new baby. Ugh, the things that I forget. So we need to name him. We need Coral to sit over there. And we need Reed to come back over here and take care of this berry bush. And let me see. You little miss. There we go. Need to get pregnant. So we're going to sit her right here. She's going to knock the tree down. And she's going to pick up berries just like her ancestors did before her. I'm pretty sure Messi is... Who's her mama? Zuzuri. So Zuzuri was her mom. So I think she's definitely going back to her roots. And kind of going back to the exact place where she started. Let's see. I think the boys would have lost the bunny. The boys lost the bunny. Let's see. Ripple would definitely be helping them look, but I think they lost the bunny. And these two would be getting into tons of trouble, just like little boys do. Just playing in the waves, playing on the sides of the cliffs. Coral would be yelling at them to not bother their aunts and the rest of the tribe too much with their antics. Wave is over here taking care of this little area. I feel like he would be interested in having a mate, but I'm not sure. And then C and A, I'm trying to remember what his genes are. C and I, they would have sickly babies. Or like they have a high possibility of having sickly babies. Okay, and then we've got Kai, who I think he would stay here and look after his sons and his daughter. But until Larima is a little bit older. But Zephyr, I hear bunny. There's another bunny. There it is. So I think Zephyr would be gearing up to go to the next island. Rota. I want Rota. I feel like he's necessary. He's necessary so that we could pass down that F gene. We worked very hard for that F gene. So I really want him to have a baby. A and F. Who could he have a baby with? I just don't even know. Because there aren't many females. Like, as you guys can see, there's a lot of mains on this island. We don't have that many females. They're all on this island. And they're all, like, beautiful, but not helpful. Willow. Willow is the only one that would be okay to move. And I think what we're going to end up having to do, because she is like one of our homebody tribe, I think she's going to have to leave. In her last 9 days of life, I think she's going to take her sweet little time and go back to all the way across the island in her last few days, kind of similar to how her other sister Thorn recognized that her life was short and she didn't want to spend it next to a berry bush for the rest of her life. She's going to go this way, and I think she's going to be Rota's mate. I think that's what we're thinking. She's going to be Rota's mate, and Garnet and his siblings, or well, Garnet and Tanzanite are going to end up going to the next island. They might go not to this one, but maybe to this one, depending. I'm trying to see. Maybe Zephyr and Storm are going to go to this one, and then Garnet, Tanzanite, and maybe Rarasi. Yeah, because Tanzanite and Rarasi could have healthy babies. So give me a second. But yeah, I think those two, I'm kind of planning it out in my head because I'm trying to do the strategic thing and the thing that helps with story. So that's super difficult. So Tanzanite and Rarasi and Garnet are going to end up moving to a new island, while Rota and Willow colonize this area, and they leave. We're probably going to leave Beryl here. He's going to stay. Zephyr, you're going to be playing at the edges of the water. He's not going to drown there. Yeah, he's going to be fine. So this one's easier to travel to. So maybe this is the one that the youngster's going to go to. But I feel like they would need a bigger island. I'm not sure. But Zephyr's going to find it. Hopefully we'll be able to see what we can do about who's going where. Because I think Rota's going to stay here for Willow. Storm and Zephyr can have babies, so they're going to go off as a pair. Rarasi and Tanzanite and Garnet are going to go off as a trio as well. So I think that's what we're going to do. This is getting super complicated. Wow. Oh my goddess. This is getting super complicated. Okay. Finally, we have a girl, and I promised. Her name is Carol. I promised. And I remembered. And I didn't remember the boy. Oh gosh. His name needs to change. What is his name? He's gone through his entire baby stages and we didn't name him. What are we gonna name him? I don't know. We're gonna name him something interesting. Let's go with I'm not catching anything that catches my fancy. Let's go with Tahu, which means pure according to our list. Tahu, which I like. So Tahu is another one of our babies who is amazing in every way, of course. And Reed's getting older. Coral's getting older. They're going to keep having babies. And Coral's going to just sit here and have her babies. We need to move Willow. So Willow is going to do the longest jump ever. And I'm going to see if we can get Willow to... There she is. So Willow has come here. There we go. And I think Ripple is telling her about what she saw, how she saw they crossed the waters before. And let me see if there's anything else we need to do before we close this part out, you guys. Okay, so I think we're going to go through one more day. And I think Zephyr would be scoping out this area for... I'm trying to think about what's the best one that they would go to, because Rarasi and what is his name? Rarasi and Garnet are still really young, so maybe they would go to this island and then Zephyr and Storm would take over this area. I think that's more likely. So I think Storm would just kind of find it and tell them to come this way. And Rota, you're going to get really comfortable while you wait for your mate, who is coming, of course. I think he's just thinking that he's finally discovered himself. He spent enough time with his mother's, or at least with his siblings, according to his mother, and learned a lot, and finally thinks that he is done enough to warrant settling down. And I think Storm would still have that itch in her paws to keep moving. So I think she's going to be interested in this area over here so she can make that crossing. Beryl finally got older. And Kai is still just an old man who has finally found his place. He finally did his adventuring. I think different creatures have different levels of adventure. They have different levels of our goddess Lapis in them. And so some of them really are into adventuring, really have itchy paws, really want to keep moving. And then others do not. Messy, you had a baby. What's her name? Ooh, she's pretty. She has double nimble fingers. That's exactly what I wanted. Messy's going to be having those babies that are all about collecting. And we're trying to make sure that we keep that eye immunity in the family. That is exactly what we need. So we want to name her. She has blue eyes, which I think is going to eventually just become a staple of the tribe. But I think because Messy is staying here, I don't think she would let her children, not necessarily let them, but I don't think she would tell them what the blue eyes mean, which is going to start being interesting when we finally get further and further into the tribe, and where some of our creatures might have forgotten the importance of honoring Lapis, our ocean and adventure goddess. So we're going to name this little one. Let's see. I don't want to name her anything. Let's name her Iowite. I think it's Iowite. I think that's how you spell it. Iolite? I think it's Iolite. If it's not, y'all will tell me. But Iolite is another bluish gem, so it's beautiful. So we have Iolite, and Messy is going to jump over here. Not Rami. Rami's not her mate, is he? Yeah, I think he is. I'm super confused. She's going to go back over here and sit down and have another baby. These guys are going to start their own little family. Let's see. Wave, you are going to end up being our beautiful bachelor. And I think your name is definitely going to start getting to you as well. So he might spend some time swimming. And I wonder if, I don't think there's a way to go swimming without having some form of gills. He has gills, but he doesn't have them active, which is really unfortunate because I really want us to start getting those water body traits to show up. Maybe Ruby and Sakar, in their ever haste to jump around and do crazy things, will do that. So we have Tahu, Ruby, Sakar. Coral is having a gaggle of beautiful babies that are bright red and gorgeous. And then we have our more adventurous side of the tribe who are getting ready to move from this tiny island. We have two different sections going off. Our creatures that are eventually going to be following our goddess Amethyst and becoming really strong, starting their own little family on this island. And then we have our nether creatures, our Lapis creatures, that are going to be starting their new lives on this gigantic island. And hopefully we can decide, hopefully by then, whether or not we want them to keep moving to this harder grass island, or whether we not want to put them, make them go towards a meadow island as we work towards our goal of being adaptable creatures to wherever we're going to be. So I thank you guys, if you enjoyed this, please please let me know down in the comments. If you have any more names, more gem names, more names for the ideas that we're kind of pushing now, some creatures that have names that invoke the ideas of adventure and like discovery, and then also home and like love and peacefulness. I think those are things that we're getting a lot in this tribe. So if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like and please subscribe if you really love me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.